And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Save our hotline number. We'd love for you to reach out. We had an uptick in calls last week. Lots of people reaching out, wanting to get in touch with our expert contributors who are, top in their class. We bring them in. They're vetted. They do a great job in the community. We've had 1,000%. We're batting 1,000% on the feedback we get from all of our listeners or viewers of our show out there. People that want to have kitchen remodels done, or they want to talk to a CPA, or they want a great attorney referral, real estate, of course, lots of ways, home services providers, self-defense, and more. Reach out to the hotline, 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894. Call or text that line. It's an off-air number, and we'll put you right in touch with the expert contributor that you'd like to speak with. Also, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. And we'd love for you to follow us online and also download our podcast, Spotify, iTunes podcast. You can listen on demand anytime, as we are a daily show. We're putting out a lot of content here, and it's all designed about helping you understand your buying decisions and avoid commission-based advice right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. The show is powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, and we like to feature our real estate listings live on air on our show. And we've got a hot property listing here at 15806 Adobe Drive in Hudson. This is a property that would be a great rental income property here in Pasco County. It's 15806 Adobe Drive. You got 2,600 plus square feet, two-story home, 8 bedrooms, 4 baths, stainless steel appliances. You got a sauna, walk-in shower, garden tub, and a wood-burning fireplace right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. That's Adobe Drive in Pasco County. Also, 6806 Pearson Lane. If you're living in the city and you want to go out into the suburbs and have a little bit of rural lifestyle, Wesley Chapel, we've got 6 acres here for sale, 1,736 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is a beautiful home with a modern kitchen, about 3 years old. 6806 Pearson Lane, Wesley Chapel. Bring your 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers, dirt bikes, etc. You're living in the rural area now. You got 6 acres that you can kind of spread your wings out. 6806 Pearson Lane up in Wesley Chapel. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got attorney Carmika Rubin coming in later on the program. She's going to be on the show, talk about real estate law and what are liens and who can place a lien on the home, and some of the other real estate topics that are topical right now. We also have Justin back in studio, Revive Kitchen and Bath. Justin is back in studio. We're going to talk with him about his family-owned business and his company story, and how they have specialists at each part of the business in the transaction. And we also have Justin Morris. He's the Director of Residential Sales, SEM Power, our solar expert contributor. Solar is a big part of life here in Florida, and it should be a big part of more people's lives when it comes to that. But I want to bring Justin on the program. Hey, Justin.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, let's go. We got 2 Justins in here. Justin, go ahead and in studio here first. Let's go. Give us a little teaser of what you're going to talk about, my friend.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm the president of Revive Kitchen and Bath. Just want to talk a little bit about our company story, kind of how we came to be, as well as all of our great team members and how they kind of set us apart from a lot of the different remodeling companies out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. The phone's lit up last time you were in, so hopefully we'll get some more calls. People, I love it when we get engagement from the audience. I love that. So did a great job as well. All right, let's go to the phone lines now. Justin Morris. We got residential sales, SEM Power, solar, and one of the things I wanted to follow back up with you on was the net metering legislation. That was an interesting topic, and it's a call to action for listeners out there too.
Absolutely, 100%. They're trying to push through some legislation that is going to get rid of net metering, meaning that the electric company doesn't have to pay you equally for the power that you produce. This is a big thing just in general for the future of our state. So reaching out to your legislators and letting them know that you are not okay with this, that this is not something that you feel is good for our future, because 100% it's not. And this is something that local call to action is huge.
Right.
Your state legislators have to answer to you. So make sure you're letting them know that you're not okay with this legislation.
Yeah, that's right. It's government for the people, by the people. We're in charge, and unfortunately, sometimes it seems like it's not on a national level. Luckily, in Florida, it's there's a lot of good things happening. But what the net metering is, Justin, if I understand it correctly, it's $1 per dollar. We want. Hey, if we're feeding from our solar on our roof, our residential property, for example, or commercial, and we're feeding that back to the power company, what they're trying to do is say, no, it's not going to be dollar for dollar anymore. It's going to be some percentage on the dollar.
Exactly. And so that's just going to, it's not doing anyone any favors with solar. It's certainly not doing you any favors if you have any considerations on going solar. The power company is basically saying, hey, if you use a kilowatt of power from us, say we're going to charge you, 25 cents for that kilowatt. But if we buy that same kilowatt of power from you, we're only going to pay you 5 cents. Or, they can pick and choose what that number is. Right now it's a 1-for-1. But, of course, the power company doesn't like that. They want to buy your power for cheap.
Right. Yeah, unbelievable. And then the other thing to think about that comes to topical is we know that these companies are going to continue to have inflation. Every year it's going to go up. So every year they're going to go up 3, 4, 5, 6% or more. And then that's another huge advantage to getting a solar system on your home. You're going to be able to kind of lock in your own production.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got one of my reps that he's in Tampa. So he's a TECO customer, and his bill has nearly doubled over the last 6 months. It's gone up incrementally every month, and so this is happening, guys. TECO, it's happening all over their territories. They're saying 19% is the average rate increase on TECO bills just this year.
Wow, I didn't realize that. 19% year over year?
19%. And the same thing is happening over on the East Coast with, really, Florida Power and Light is just about everywhere, with a few exceptions. But Florida Power and Light, same thing. You're talking about increases as high as 20% just this year. So, guys, this is not only, it's not coming anymore, right? It's here. Yeah. These things are happening as we speak.
Man, you look at it, it's almost like another tax on middle income, lower income families, self-employed business owners. It's another tax. You look at the inflation that we're seeing, basically a 30% tax. Now you got our power costing even more, of course, probably going to get worse over the next 3 years with this, Green Deal and some of the mentality that they have. But that's another burden on middle income earners and middle income, self-employed business owners or people that are paying for power anywhere.
Absolutely. And it's no different than gas, everything like that. Gas is up $3.50 a gallon. I mean, it's just it's crazy. It's heading in the wrong direction. And the point is with this is instead of renting your power from the power company, you can own your power, right? And so you're locking in that price, and all you're doing is buying the equipment. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is the financing. Solar financing has come a long ways, right? It used to be that you had to be super rich and have a couple zeros in your bank account to be able to even consider solar because the upfront cost was just so expensive. Well, now that's not the case. Now the financing, you're talking about no money down, no out-of-pocket cost. You're simply just going to start paying a solar bill. And oftentimes it's 3-6 months before you even have your first bill due. And that's months where you're going to be generating power. And the idea is that in most cases it's enough power to greatly reduce, if not eliminate, your electric bill.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Justin Morris. He's the Director of Residential Sales at SEM Power and a solar company, partner with the show, longtime friend of the program here, commercial and residential. And yeah, talking about, basically a no-brainer opportunity here. If you have a home that's facing in the right direction and you can fit the solar panels up there, it makes so much sense to do it, folks. And also, you have the tax credits. And I believe you were telling me it's 26% till the end of 2022, but after 22, it's going to drop down to 22%. Is that right?
That's correct. So this is the last year to get in at 26%. As many of you know, back 4 years ago, it was actually up at 30%. So keep in mind, guys, the cost of waiting is continuing to go up and up and up. Not only are your costs with the electric company continuing to go up,
Right.
but the tax incentives are going to go down, and that's going to cost you more money. And plus, just like everything else, listen, the cost of solar, it's not getting any cheaper, guys. It's just like everything, it's heading up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Justin, talk about also some of the cool things. What I like to also do is be able to pull out my smartphone and see the application on my phone. I can see the consumption and how much I produce, basically the difference there. Pretty cool. So that's an opportunity you have as well with your systems.
Absolutely. So you'll have an app on your phone that not only can you see exactly what your system is producing any time of day, but you can also see exactly what you're using in your house. Now, this is huge because if you know what you're using, you know where you can trim, right? It's kind of like budgeting, right? If you're, in order for you to do a proper budget for your household, what's the number one thing you need to know? You need to know where you're spending your money, right? And that's the same thing with your energy. You got to know where you're spending your energy. That way you know where you can trim energy. So this is important, so that comes with our systems. And, yeah, you're going to have an app that you can monitor all that right on your phone.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, Justin, talk a little bit, too. You've done some big projects. You're not just residential, but you also have opportunity to do commercial projects as well.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we're getting ready to start on a just over 5-megawatt project. Guys, that is massive. We're talking about 15,000-plus solar panels.
Wow.
And that's a utility-grade project that's going in for a town near you. Is all I can say on that. But
that's cool.
Not to mention the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. There's this company we work with called NASA.
Yeah.
The Miami Zoo. We're putting in charging stations for Florida Power and Light as we speak. Electric vehicle charging stations. So we're working with everyone. The utility companies included, to get as much solar as we can out in the market.
Yeah. The website, sempower.com?
That's correct, sempower.com.
sempower.com. You can find them there. And you can also get quotes on the website, too. You've got some good technology there where folks can get quotes.
Yeah, super easy. Go in. We're going to ask for a few pieces of information. That information isn't going to any other company or whatever. Stays right with me and my reps, and one of us will reach out to you and put together a quote for you. Real easy, no pressure. We just want you to have the information so you can make an informed decision, like so many other people already have, right? Look at these companies, NASA. We talked about Disney a couple weeks ago. Again, towns all around you have done the research, and we're here to help you do the research and see if it's the right fit for you.
Yeah, I love the idea too of having panels, on a real estate property. It adds appreciation. You're adding value into the future value of the property, and you're doing something right for the environment too. I mean, let's face it. If you got roof space, you're facing the right direction. You got the right exposure. It's really a great opportunity, Justin, for people to kind of add this in and do themselves a favor from a cost standpoint, from a tax standpoint, and just the fact that you're doing something right for Mother Nature.
Absolutely. And on that note, we include a level 2 EV charger is what we're going to put in each of your home. We're going to put a charging port in your home with the purchase of any residential solar. So that's a huge thing. You talked about real estate. Of course, a lot of people are using their homes on Airbnb. Well, Airbnb and VRBO just launched an option that shows whether your listing has an EV charger.
Okay.
So that's going to be a huge thing. Tesla pumped out 1 million new cars last quarter alone. So when you look at the impact that electric vehicles are going to continue to have,
right,
and that's something that we include in our installs, that's just going to help you as you move forward and we get your home future ready.
Absolutely. Justin Morris, Director of Residential Sales, sempower.com, sempower.com. Justin, thanks so much. That was great, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Have a good one. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the other Justin CABELLERO here, Revive Kitchen and Bath on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk about home remodeling, kitchen and bath remodels here from a great local success story. Father and a son growing a company, family-owned business right here in Tampa Bay. And also coming up, we've got our feel-good story of the day, St. Petersburg dad using personal tragedy to stem gun violence. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, certified negotiation expert. We help our sellers profit more and sell faster. Got a hot property here at 4605 Nesmith Road in Plant City. This is a great opportunity out in East Hillsborough County, Nesmith Road. Beautiful property listing of ours right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. This is a farm-style rustic home, 2,300 plus square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Got about an acre of land as well, and over $200,000 per the owner in renovations. Top of the line kitchen, appliances, granite countertops. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay, 4605 Nesmith Road, Plant City. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Justin, welcome back, man. Good to have you back in.
Absolutely. And, happy to be here.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you. First time seeing you in the New Year.
Happy New Year.
But, Revive Kitchen and Bath. You guys are doing some good things over there, man. I love the family business. I love the family story. And that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, my dad's been doing remodeling, construction, specifically everything single-family, residential, real estate since he was like 18 years old.
Yeah.
So he's had a lot of good mentors, has a ton of experience. He's literally remodeled tens of thousands of houses. And after I graduated college, started remodeling with him full-time. And, I've got over 500 under my belt. But really since I was, 12, 13 years old, kind of grew up around it. So it's really a legacy business for us.
Yeah.
We really enjoy working together. It's a lot of fun. He's my biggest number one mentor and now business partner.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun. I love having a family-owned and operated business. It's not any corporate red tape or anything like that, right? So we're very accessible. All of our clients that we partner with have our personal cell phone numbers, right? Can text, call us anytime and get straight to the answer, right? So it's no corporate red tape, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, really, we were voted the best home remodeling company specifically for kitchens and baths in 2021 because of the way we operate and do business, and really because of our team and the way we, really have the 100% client satisfaction guarantee and stand behind our work.
That's awesome. Are you finding more and more people now with the appreciations in Tampa Bay? You know, we just came out with a report that said last year was about 28% year-over-year appreciation for single-family homes, townhomes, condos, etc. This year, they're saying it's going to slow down a little bit, but still 24.8% or something like that.
Yeah.
Are you finding more and more people are saying, hey, instead of selling and, we're just going to kind of make do with what we have here and then just redo this kitchen, redo that bath, and kind of now we'll make it our dream home?
Absolutely. Seeing a ton of that. There's been a ton of equity build up in people's homes with the price appreciation, as you mentioned. So it really makes sense to reinvest into the property. Also, the housing market is so crazy. There's such low inventory and so competitive that a lot of our clients that we partner with have tried to buy new homes, and they're like, you know what, it's not worth it. We're not finding what we want.
Yeah.
We're getting beat out by all these out-of-state cash offers, or just overpaying for everything. We like our home. We just want to, upgrade the kitchen, upgrade the bath. So they call us in. We're able to come in there and do a great job for them. And we're also seeing the flip side of that, where people are buying from some of these big tract home builders in a brand new neighborhood. I'm renovating 3 or 4 brand new houses where they're still finishing the rest of the street right now. We're going in there ripping out the kitchens because they said, hey, we have a property available for you. All we have is brown cabinets though. And they're like, well, I want white cabinets and quartz countertops. So we're going in there remodeling brand new kitchens and bathrooms all the time right now. Wow,
that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So that kind of leads me to a question about supply chain. Are you able to get the quality stuff, what people like, and you probably got some connections because you've been doing it so long?
Right, so that's a great question. So we actually put together a Revive kitchen and bathroom materials list specifically for number 1, quality products. Number 2, products that we can get quickly within a week or 2. And number 3, products that are very popular. Nice. We also have great relationships and accounts with suppliers. Yeah. So we're able to get some deals on supplies. And also we have, accounts with these guys to where we're able to get those products quicker than a lot of other people, especially cabinets, right? A lot of people are 3-4 months out on cabinets. Yeah. Pretty much every color cabinet that we offer, we can get within either it's in stock already, 1 to 2 weeks. There's a few special order items that's 3 to 4 weeks, but still a lot faster than a lot of other remodeling shops out there. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Having those connections, and it's valuable since your dad been doing it so long, and imagine you got those connections where you're able to warehouse some of these materials. If you just joined us, we're talking with Justin Cabellero, Revive Kitchen and Bath, right here in Tampa Bay. Another great example of a local area expert contributor, business owner right here, small business, medium-sized business, right here. So by supporting this show, you're supporting the local economy. You're supporting a family-run business right here. Him and his dad run the business together. ReviveKitchenandBath.com, or you can reach out to our hotline as well if you want to talk solar or talk to Justin about Revive Kitchen and Bath. 813-917-1894. Call or text that number, 813-917-1894. And coming into a break here, Justin, but I want to dive into a little bit more about the process, because you mentioned when you're partnering with a homeowner, I mean, you're signing up to do business together. You're going to be in and out of the kitchen, and people are making their coffee out of not the kitchen, another bathroom plug in, or something. So you're signing up to do business with each other in a sense for 3 months or however long the project takes. So whenever we come back, I want to dive into that. We're coming right up on a break, so I don't want to cut you off in the middle of that. But your design team, you got cabinetry experts. I want to dive a little bit deeper into the specialists that you have, and then talk a little bit about the bilingual as well, because I think that's big in Tampa Bay, one of the largest markets as well for that bilingual audience out there. So we'll be right back with Justin Cabellero here, Revive Kitchen and Bath, on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up as well, attorney Carmika Rubin, law offices of KB Rubin. And we'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right. Hey, everybody stand by.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We like to feature our real estate listings live on air on the show. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. This is a commercial property, C2 zoning. Great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. You've got about a 7-acre parcel of land that is in the north part of Hillsborough County, right off of US 41. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. You've got frontage on Lake Helen, Zone C2, water and sewer are available. So this is a great opportunity for builders and developers right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard, Land O'Lakes. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And let's give a quick shout out to Discovery Golf Cars right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, formerly known as Golf Cart Depot. For recreation or business, seems like everybody's getting a golf car these days. Lots of makes and models. Got the EasyGo, Star EV, Cushman, new and pre-owned, and you can rent or buy. Check them out online, discoverygolfcars.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we're talking with Justin CABELLERO here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Revive Kitchen and Bath. It's a family story, great family-run business here in Tampa Bay. And we were kind of teasing before the break, but talk a little bit about how you work with the clients, because it's a lot of can be stressful for homeowners, people in and out of their homes, and tearing up the kitchen and going to rebuild it, of course. But talk about that dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely. So first we come out for a free estimate and consultation, right? So me or one of the 3 or 4 other remodeling consultants that we come out, usually it's about a 90-minute consultation on average. So a little bit longer than us just walking in, getting eyes on the project and say, hey, I'll get back with you in a week or two on a quote, right? So we have a very detailed pricing sheet, but we also come out there and help you come up with a project plan and also introduce everyone that you're going to be working with. So we have 3 full-time project managers on our staff, 2 project manager assistants. We have an award-winning interior designer. We have a couple cabinet designers, right? So we really have a full staff of management team that help you design the project, really get a visual of what it's going to look like, whether that be 3D renderings, whether that be, getting you tile samples, all of that good stuff. Yeah. So you can really visualize what you're about to invest in.
Right.
And then also we break it down on that pricing sheet, X amount to plumbing, X amount investment in electrical, so on and so forth. So you get a really informative decision on your investment, because that's what it is at the end of the day. We're doing kitchens and baths. That's what improves the value of the home the most. That's what really sells the home, whether you're planning on selling it, in a couple of years, or you want to live in it for the rest of your life. That's what we focus on, and that's one of the big reasons we do focus on those areas. So during that consultation, again, we're coming up with a project plan. We're introducing everyone on our team to you. We're going through our 9-step process of exactly what your remodel process would look like, and then we're giving you a very detailed price. At that point, if you do decide that we're the best company for you and it makes sense to partner on the project, then we'll go ahead and partner on the project. We can get you financing if you want to. We have some great financing options. But then we're sending out our project management team, right? And as well as our designers. So the project managers come over, walk through the entire game plan with you again, make sure that you know exactly each step of the process and what the remodel is going to look like. You're going to meet with our cabinet designers if you're getting custom cabinetry or semi-custom cabinetry in your kitchen or your bathrooms. We're going to give you a 3D rendering so you know exactly what that looks like. And again, our interior designer, who's won awards from NARI, which is the National Association of the Remodeling Industry, for best kitchen and bathroom remodels. Very talented. Her name's Jessica, and our clients really love working with her. So all of our designers and our project managers are consulting with our clients before we even begin the project. We actually, and once you finalize all your material selections in your design, we organize that, purchase it, and deliver it on your behalf. So you're not running around to 5-10 different stores, picking up tile, hauling it to your house, and doing all of that while you're busy with your day job, or you just don't want to have any hand in it, right? So we're more of the concierge type service, right? So awesome. We're not just going to give you a labor quote and say, go figure it out and tell us when you're ready for your project. We're really holding your hand from A to Z. And then once construction actually commences, one of our 3 project managers would be assigned to your project, and they would be there at least every other day, not only checking on the quality of work and make sure that's 5-star quality that we demand of our guys that are actually swinging the hammers, which we have about 40 to 50 of those guys, all background checked, run them from one project to the next. So it's not like we're just getting 5 quotes, going with the lowest quote, and send somebody in that is not background checked,
right,
that may have never worked with us. We don't do any of that nonsense, right? We're rolling these guys from one project to the next. We're there every other day, making sure the quality of work is great, as well as making sure that the communication with our clients is very, very good. So, hey, this is what we did yesterday. This is what we're doing today, and this is what the next few steps look like. So, from beginning to end, we're really trying to give you that concierge service that we're known for.
Yeah, that's very important. If you just joined us, we're talking with Justin Caballero here, Revive Kitchen and Bath, revivekitchenandbath.com. You can reach out to the hotline as well. Call or text 813-917-1894. We'll put you in touch with Justin and his team, 813-917-1894. So, yeah, that sounds great. You know, a big part of that in the real estate industry as well is communication. It's almost like any business you're in the people business first, right? And then communication being key. My wife and I are just finishing up a pool project. Had a pretty good experience so far, great experience so far. So I'll talk about the name maybe later once we finish the deal. But, you know, that's key. Is like, hey, we want to know, okay, the pool was dug. Now we're doing the concrete finish. We're, you know, adding in the backfill, the dirt, the plumbing. So each step of the process, the homeowner wants to know what's going on, and they don't want to be wondering, hey, what's next? When are we going to finish up this thing?
Absolutely, yeah, and that's why we're there at least every other day, right? So we like to have our crews there at least every day, and then our project managers come in at least every other day for that consistent communication. The clients don't want to project manage their own project, right? They would be a GC if they wanted to do that. That's why they hire us, right? Yep. So, you know, we're certainly not the cheapest. You can find, much cheaper people. But if you got 10 quotes, 10 being the most expensive, 1 being the cheapest, 1 through 4, 1 through 5 is more of that chuck in the truck business model. Yep. Usually it's a guy or 2. Maybe they can only handle 1 or 2 projects.
That's right.
A lot of times they have to jump from project to project, finish this project to go get a deposit to fund the next. Yeah. We don't operate like that. Just get a $1,500 deposit. But anyways, if you got 10 quotes, I'm typically coming in around 7 out of 10, right? But we're offering. I don't compete as much as on the price as I do with the value that we provide.
That's right. I can definitely see it, my friend. So best place for folks to find you online?
ReviveKitchenandBath.com. You can fill out a little form. I think we have 10 little forms on that website. Also on Instagram or Facebook at Revive Kitchen and Bath. Shoot us a message on there. I actually help manage the Instagram as well as one of our operations managers, so I'll reply to you on there as well.
Nice. All right. Good stuff. Thanks so much. Appreciate the insights.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Keep up the good work. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got attorney Carmika Rubin here going to be in studio with us. We're going to talk about real estate law, talk about liens. What are liens? Who can file a lien? And some more interesting topics around the real estate side and other topics of law. Plus our feel-good story of the day, St. Petersburg dad using personal tragedy to stem gun violence. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man, Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the Real Estate Quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in
813-917-1894.
Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing. Check out consumerqb.com.
Looking for a venue to host your next business or family event? Make it Largo Event Center. The Consumer Quarterback Show has used the Largo Event Center, and the hall and service you get is fantastic. Over 8,500 square feet of meeting space, perfect for events, expos, and trade shows. Upstairs offers space for smaller meetings and groups to include use of their lounge and game room. Plenty of room outside for car shows or food truck events and concerts. Largo Event Center is just west of US 19 on 126th Avenue. For booking and details, visit largoeventcenter.com. That's largoeventcenter.com. Or call Guy at 727-776-3442.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win buying, selling, or investing. We'd love to talk to you. We're a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. And every day here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, we tell you something good.
Tell me something good.
We got a St. Petersburg father's on a mission to persuade teens to turn away from gun violence after his son was shot and killed. Every time a tragedy happens in St. Petersburg, and particularly the South St. Petersburg spot, I hear about it. Micro Schools Pinellas principal Stephen Humphreys said. Humphreys told ABC Action News, gun violence has hit way too many homes, way too close to home for him, and 2 former students were shot and killed. And it hurts you emotionally and physically, Newton said. And then on Friday, Maria Scott showed up to show them they're not alone. Every time I tell my son's story, I'm filled with the emotion and the trauma of that experience, Scott said. On September 17, 2019, Marquise Scott was gunned down. It happened shortly after he had dinner with his dad, and now Scott leads a nonprofit named for his son, Keys for Life, Quis for Life, training a whole new group of kids of a culture of a sense to stand against gun violence, adopt a nonviolent lifestyle is the completion of this whole movement, Scott said. We've had some interest nationwide. Pittsburgh, Grand Rapids, Gainesville, Milwaukee, other cities are showing interest in this nonprofit, and he's hoping that folks will also jump on board of that. So there's our feel-good story of the day, taking a negative to a positive, and we've got attorney Carmika Rubin back in studio. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you. Happy New Year. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and I know you're a big Bucks fan too. I see you on social doing some Bucks stuff, and so Bucks are in the playoffs. Looks like we lucked out into that number 2 seed, so that was pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, way cool. I'm excited. I'm glad. If people don't have their playoff tickets, get it now. I will be there. I work in the audience. I work in the stadiums. Go Bucks, go.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride. So we'll see what happens here. So we got Carmika Rubin in studio, the law offices of KV Rubin, PA, right there on 2nd Avenue Northeast in St. Petersburg. And today we're going to talk a little bit about real estate law. And then I know you just had a meeting with the mayor of St. Pete, the newly elected mayor.
Yes. We were actually talking about economic equity with the newly elected Mayor Ken Welch. What a victory. History was made. It was very effective. We all came together via Zoom to deal with many issues in St. Pete. So the city of St. Pete is definitely blessed with our new mayor, Mr. Ken Welch.
Cool. Awesome. Well, good to hear it. That's interesting. And we've had over the years, I've had several mayors of St. Petersburg, and so we might have to reach out to Ken and see if he wants to come on our show. But we've had Bill Foster, we had Rick Kreisman and Rick Baker. So we've had some of the mayors on the show, and I always like to kind of get a feel for them for hey, what's important for this community, because that's one of the things that's great is Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. Seems like the mayors have all worked together pretty well to promote economic development, jobs, and also like with the Dolphin Tail over in Clearwater. I mean, what a huge impact he can have with those types of things too. So it's pretty neat. I'd love to have him on the show.
Hopefully so. Based on the Zoom call we had today, over 100 and so, maybe close to 200 participants. So inviting him, I think, would be excellent. And he seems extremely open. And I like what you said about bringing the other mayors together. We know this is the Tampa Bay area.
That's
We're
right.
all connected, whether we like it or not.
Right.
But I love it.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. Let's talk a little bit about real estate law. Because by the way, you do different types of law with your practice. Let's give a
Yes.
quick overview, and then we'll
Yes.
dive deeper into this topic.
Awesome. I like to say that I help families with their personal business, whether it's profit or nonprofit. I like to say that I help families with their personal issues as far as family, if they want to stay married or not stay married, child support, family issues. I also like to help families with their real estate needs, whether it's drafting deeds, helping with closings, foreclosures, and also with liens. And lastly, in the time of departure, I do like to provide a little bit of assistance with their estate planning and whatever issues may arise upon that departure.
Okay, awesome. So you can help in a lot of different ways. That's
I
great.
do.
So let's talk about real estate law. A lot of times people get confused about, who can actually put a lien on a home or a real estate property. It could be a property of any sort, a commercial, vacant land. It can all be liened. But what exactly is a lien?
Awesome question. And one of my passions is definitely real estate law because there are so many different facets to it. But when it comes to a lien, it's pretty much where someone hasn't been paid. Simple terms.
Yep.
The owner owes someone, whether it's a mechanical lien, someone came and did work on the property. Contractors, subcontractors, be careful out there. Make sure everyone gets paid. There's also tax liens. You don't pay your property taxes. There's also tax liens as far as your income tax. So be careful if you're not paying your income tax. IRS would love to put their stamp of approval on your home. And another one is if you're in the gated communities, you can also have a homeowners association lien because you've not paid your assessments.
Right, and those, a lot of times people don't realize how superior in a certain sense those HOAs can be.
Major superior. There's a statute, when you think about foreclosure, because I deal a lot with foreclosure law as well, the HOA actually has the ability to foreclose.
Yeah.
On your homestead property.
Boom.
Most times when you have a lien, they can't make you sell that, your homesteaded property because it's protected. You have the exemption. But an HOA, which is surprising, can come in, have the court to make you sell that property to pay that assessment. Now, investors love this.
Yeah.
Be careful, though, because they come in, they then pay off that judgment little to nothing.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, I have this new place, this new condo, this new home. But then I'm like, be careful, because if they're not paying you, they may not be paying their mortgage company.
That's right.
So do your due diligence.
Yeah. Well, that's a great point you made, Carmika, because like that example you played, yeah, maybe they paid off $5,000, $10,000 of HOA dues, but then, okay, now you have the right to that property from that perspective, but that property is probably encumbered by a first or a second mortgage. That could already be in foreclosure. Now you turn around and you're defending a foreclosure.
Oh my gosh, it happens. It happens. I see it so frequently. Now, there's a couple different options if the listeners find themselves in this predicament. One, you can try to negotiate the mortgage loan, but be careful because they don't have the legal authority to speak to you. So that previous owner is going to have to give them permission because it's their loan. It's their note that is still owing doing. So you can go that route, or you can wait until it gets into foreclosure like you mentioned, and then try to do a mediation or try to work it out that way as well.
Loan modification, potentially, different options. And then sometimes you get into the short sale. Worst case scenario, hey, I have to try to short sell this thing. We saw a lot of that activity in 08 and 2010 up to 2010. Carmika
crazy.
Rubin here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Attorney Carmika Rubin, that is, here on the show. We're talking about real estate law, liens. Who can actually put a lien on the property, and then how can you fight those liens?
So whenever you owe someone, and this is one I actually experienced personally, we had a home that was newly constructed. You have contractors, and then you have subcontractors, and it was right after that time span, the 2006, 2007, the money was good until it was not good.
Yep.
And there was a subcontractor that did not get their payment. Now the contractor received it, but not the subcontractor. And now they're looking at us as the homeowners like, okay, we need to be compensated. Lien was placed onto the home. I would tell people if they're in that particular scenario turn to the Florida statutes or contact an attorney, and they will go through what the steps are. You must contest the lien, and you have to contest that lien within a certain amount of time, or they can come and move to the next level. So there are different steps to fighting and combating a lien. You don't have to just outright write a check, especially if you want to engage the contractor who was originally contracted to pay out the workers.
Right. Yeah, because sometimes you'd see that too, and we just had Justin on the show. He was talking about his kitchen and bath business, and you see it with different types of contractors, because some contractors, especially, let's say, for example, a GC project. So the general contractor said, yeah, I'll build this house or remodel this project, and then they sub it out. They have the plumbing, the electrical subs, the different carpenters, and then they don't pay those subs, and then what are they supposed to do? They're kind of left holding the bag. So that's where you find the lien. And then, by the way, some of these companies just go out of business, and then where are you going to go?
Exactly. I want to talk about one other lien that I find interesting is the county liens.
Yeah, municipal.
Oh my gosh, you're not cutting your grass, you have maybe a code violation, and if you don't take care of those violations, they will build up, accumulate. You're talking about $100 a day when you could have paid $20 to get your grass cut.
Right.
I didn't do this or I didn't do that. So those liens also exist. I see a lot of those type liens primarily when the property is being sold through a foreclosure,
right?
And then now there's a surplus.
Yep.
Because everyone who goes to a foreclosure is not underwater. There may be equity, and now people are trying to fight for that surplus. Will it go to the owner, or will the county finally get their lien paid?
Right, yeah. And I know there was one particularly over in Safety Harbor years ago that it got so big, it just ballooned up into this big payment, like you said. And they said, hey, why didn't you just go and pay somebody to cut the grass? If it was that big a deal, why didn't you really just take it on your own to cut the grass, send the guy a bill, cut him a break? Come to find out, I think the story was the guy's mother had passed away and he had to go to New York to take care of her, and this was like the last thing on his mind. Now, yes, as a citizen, he shouldn't give up his property, in terms of the maintenance, etc., but it can get into a sticky situation.
It really can. Another thing that I've noticed in that scenario, when people are faced with the county liens, it could be before it gets to a lien, because a lien is you owe me now. You way owe me. I'm trying to simplify it.
Yep.
But before you get to that level, and you've already corrected the issue,
right?
But if you've not notified the city or the county, you're still in trouble. So just make a phone call and say, can you come back and reinspect?
Yeah.
If they come back and do the reinspection, now they can take care of the violation. You may not owe as much, and it may not need to convert into a lien against your property.
Right. Yeah, that's important. And then also the other thing that we're looking at is a lot of potential for foreclosures coming up, kind of shadow inventory. A lot of people, when the Chinese virus came out, you had people getting in these loan modification situations. They didn't fully understand it. They thought it went to the end of the note. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's due in 6 months. Can you talk about that?
So there's a difference between the loan modification and a forbearance. So the forbearance is actually when you're taking what is owed and you're actually putting it to the back of the loan. So you did a great job at explaining that. Kudos to you. But then you have the loan modification. The loan modification is you're putting the amount back into the actual loan.
Okay.
And so the loan amount increases. You may think, well, isn't that the same thing? Well, sort of, kind of, but not really, because the loan modification is going to adjust your monthly payments, typically extending, maybe if you're in a 15-year, maybe to a 30-year, 40-year, which is extreme, but it happens.
Yep.
And then they're also reducing that interest rate, so your monthly payment is now reduced, as opposed to the forbearance. Your monthly payment remains the same. It's just that whatever payments, whether it was 6 months or a year, has now just come to the end. Instead of paying June to December, you just add it to 2042.
Yeah, add it on to the end of the note.
Add it on to the end of the note. But if you don't understand this, you can find yourself in a very compromising scenario.
That's right. Best place for folks to find you?
Everywhere. Okay.
Everywhere.
Our website, www.rubinslaw.com. That's www.rubins, like Sam, law.law.com, or just call us 727-512-8261.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for coming in, Carmika.
Likewise. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Hey, another great show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.